Is it gonna work? It's working. Okay. Mercury is definitely in retrograde because it's taking me almost an hour to get all of this to work because things keep crashing in the middle. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells waiting for something to just crash, but it seems to be working. So we're doing it. We're live. I'm coming to you from the new home that I live in Texas. I moved in with my boyfriend, so life update. And basically, I wanted to talk about what it's like being injured because if you follow me on Strava or if you're aware of what I've been going through with my marathon training, you know that things have been at a standstill because I haven't really been training at all. I've actually been injured. And as I navigate this, I wanted to share some of the silver linings of being injured and how it's actually, as much as it's horrible and I've been really sad scrolling through Strava and seeing all of the amazing 20-mile long runs that my friends have been doing, I am making the most of it. And so, yeah, I just wanted to get into like what kind of things I'm doing while I'm injured to make it not suck as badly. So, I've found that running for me has always been a release and something that I do to feel good about myself. And whenever it has been more stressful than stress relieving, I find that there's a discrepancy with wanting to train. So basically, what I'm saying is, I want running to be fun. I know that it's hard work and I know that it's something that requires a ton of dedication. I wouldn't have been able to run a 2:44 marathon last fall if I didn't already know how hard running is and how grueling and monotonous and time consuming that it is. But that said, I always try to train with a certain kind of spark in my heart that is springing me up out of bed and getting me out the door excitedly, even though I know it can be really, really difficult. So when I got injured, I realized that I needed to completely use this time to reset. And it happened about a month ago that I started to notice a pain in my shin, and that quickly got worse. And before I knew it, I was going nowhere really fast. And I just had to succumb to being injured and like admit it and be like, I'm injured right now. I have to just focus on cross training. But I still use that time of day, that like hour and a half, 2 hour window a day that I used to dedicate to all of the running and the mileage to other physical activities that will give me that same sense of release and feel good about myself and my body in space and moving, because I love movement and I love going to the gym and sweating hard. Like that to me, it's great when it's running fast and far, but if I'm still getting that in, then I feel like it's still okay. So I still get myself to the gym every day as an injured runner. And if you follow me on Strava, you know that I've kind of replaced my running routine with my stair climbing routine. And I don't think there's anyone else in the world who's as obsessed with stair climbing as I am. And what I've managed to do is find new ways to challenge myself and hit those mental challenges with stair climbing that I used to do with running. And one of the things that I do is, instead of running my favorite workout, which used to be 10 miles in under an hour, that was like the workout of the week. I love doing 10 miles in under an hour. That was like my favorite thing to look forward to every week. Now my equivalent of that, of like effort wise and mental fortitude, is doing 400 floors on the stair climber in an hour. So basically 100 steps per minute, a little over 100 steps per minute. Just cranking away on the stair climber with no hands, and just like, I feel the same sense of accomplishment and like reward that I do when I'm running fast. So it's like, I found a way to trade the thing that was giving me that sense of relief with running, but finding it in a new way. It doesn't have to be stair climbing for you, because stair climbing is its own kind of wild beast, but finding something else. If it's like, I don't know, doing the bike for an hour and finding like some kind of a workout where you can just get that same kind of like that energy release. So that was one like silver lining of being injured, is that instead of like cranking away with miles and workouts, I've just been really focusing on that. And the other thing that I do is a lot of incline walking. So I'll set the treadmill to a 15% incline and just crank away and walk from 3.6 miles per hour, progressing faster to 4.2 miles per hour. So like kind of speed walking at a 15% incline for an hour, progressing. And that's, to me, feels the same as when I would run a 7-minute mile to a 6-minute mile progression on the treadmill. And I get that same headspace of like, yeah, just stay in it. Like you can do it. And like feeling your muscles burning. And like that is, it's very similar in my mind. So at the end of the day, I feel the same. So I'm lucky that with this injury that I'm in right now, I can still do these other things like incline walk and stair climb and even just walking around. And so I'm counting my blessings in a way where I'm still able to move around. So I'm not all doom and gloom, which I think so often with injuries, it just like seems like everything is crashing down around you. And especially for someone like me, where I feel like my ambitious goals of qualifying for the Olympic trials for 2024, the clock is ticking and the races are starting to happen where they've been training, they're ready to go do the thing. And here I am walking and climbing and not running. So it's a lot of mental obstacles to go through. But I'm a fighter, and I use these opportunities to find learn new things about myself. And another silver lining is having that extra energy at the end of the day to focus on creative stuff and write about running and use that extra energy that maybe marathon training would take out of me and make stuff that I'm proud of. And I think that that's important, whether I'm in a marathon training cycle, injured or not, is just finding that time of day to create. And the other thing is using the time to let everything sink in, maybe even reset. And I almost wonder if this injury is allowing my body to heal in ways that I can't even see or know about. Like, I've noticed that when I'm in marathon mode, I eat the same foods every day, and because I know it's not going to upset my stomach, and then I can get out there and run fast, and I have like my little routine. But this has completely turned my routine upside down, and I'm eating different things. I'm exploring. My boyfriend will cook something fun, and I'll eat a lot of it, and like it might be filling in nutritional gaps that I didn't even know that I needed to. So that's another silver lining. And just even spending quality time with people that I love and having like a different perspective of who I am and not being so singularly focused on the one thing, which is in my mind has been this elusive marathon time. But at the same time, I do think that deep down, all of this cross-training, nutritional stuff, and exploration and even just appreciation of running and being like, wow, I'm so grateful for the chance that I can run, is going to make me a better athlete. And I think that that's kind of like, I already see benefits with like how much I've been doing with the cross training that I'm not worried. And I also think that like having a recalibration of sorts is really healthy. And it's just giving me that much more appreciation and respect for what I've done in the past. Like when I look at what I did last fall and like the kinds of runs that I was doing, getting ready for that 2:44 marathon, I know what it takes, and I can appreciate it from a distance and go, yeah, like that's pretty amazing, where, walking a mile right now feels a lot harder than going and running 10 in under an hour. So it's pretty humbling, to say the least. And I think because I've been here before, I know what it's like to be injured. I was injured a few years ago where I had back-to-back stress fractures, both in my shin and my metatarsal. I know that you can't really fight it. It just is what it is. You can only do what you can do. You can't force yourself to do more. And you have to just let it heal and get creative in the meantime with other things to do. And luckily for me, it's just kind of been a way to think about things with a new perspective. So being injured is horrible and it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. And I think I'm actually gonna come out better than I was before. So I still have my big dreams, and I'm still gonna go after them as soon as I'm able to, once I have the clearance to be able to run the way that I want to be running. But in the meantime, you'll see me on that stair climber, and you'll see me cranking away at the 15% grade on the treadmill.